Hello, this is Mr. Craig, and this is part 2 of examples, part 2, day 134. Just worked out the problems here, so we're ready to go to question number 2, or example number 2. It says, in a saturated solution of aluminum hydroxide, 25 degrees, the concentration of aluminum ions is 5.22 times 10 to the negative 9 molarity. The equilibrium constant expression for the dissolving of aluminum hydroxide is shown below. So we're given our expression, and the question wants us to write the balanced equation here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my things back here. So write the equation. So from the balanced equation, you should be able to know how to write this based on this information right here. Those are your products, since there's nothing below it. Also, you're given this, which is what we're starting with, and it does not appear anywhere in our expression. So our equation, our balanced equation, should look like this. And honestly, nobody in my class should miss this. I would hope nobody ever misses a question like this. Okay, now again, we have our 3 there, which tells us what our coefficient will be there. Okay, so there's your balanced equation. Again, we can always double check and make sure we have the same number of atoms on both sides. And I think we're good to go. Calculate the value of the KSP for the aluminum hydroxide. Again, in this case, we were given a value, our concentration there. So we have 5.22 is our aluminum concentration. So we know that the aluminum concentration is 5.22 times 10 to the negative 9. Okay. And probably not a bad idea to make an ice chart. Okay, so we have our aluminum hydroxide. And let's see here. So again, ice chart, nothing there. Start off with zeros. We increase by x. We're increasing by 3x here. And we'll finish up with x and 3x. Now do realize that, yes, this 5.22 does equal x. So we have that. Now this is one way, and again, there's many ways of solving for this problem. Probably one of the easier ways is to plug these x values into the expression. So we have our expression here. So let's plug those values in. So we have our KSP. Hope that keyboard's not showing up for you. I apologize if it is. So in the first part we have x. In the next part we have 3x, and again that's cubed. Why? Because it says it's cubed in our expression. Now I know I've had some of my own students upset by the fact that we have to cube something that we already made 3x. Hey, that's the way it goes, guys. So when I multiply this all together, 3x cubed, 3 cubed is 27. So x cubed times x is 27 to the 4th power. Now this becomes very, very simple. If we say that this is what x is equal to, we could plug that in. So we can go 27 times 5.22 times 10 to the negative 9 to the 4th power. And again, order of operation, we want to take the power of this before we multiply it times 27. Do not do 27 times this and then take the 4th power. That's very bad math. So let's go 5.22 exponent negative 9 and take that caret 4, and that gives me 7.42 times 10 to the negative 34 if you wish to do it that way, and then multiply that times 27. So my KSP for this is 2.0 times 10 to the negative 32. Really small. Okay? Alright, and again, this is just one way of doing it. I mean, there's many ways. You could actually plug in the 5.22 here and then do 3 times 5.22 and then square all that. I think this is a lot easier. I hate to say it, but I'm always looking for quick and easy ways of doing things, but it's not the only way, guys. Recall, the most important thing you need to do on the AP exam, or even on tests and quizzes and homework, show your process. There is more than one way to solve any problem. Okay? So just be sure that you're showing your steps, your units, all that good stuff here. All right. Let's look at the next question. And we're in good shape here. In a saturated solution of chromium phosphate, or chromium 2-phosphate, the concentration of the chromium, here we go, we got another one just like that last one. The equilibrium constant is given below here. So we got a really fun one here. Write the balanced equation. So again, chromium phosphate. Oops. That should be a 2 there, and that should be a 3. Sorry, guys. And so that means we'll have 3 chromiums again. That's our hint to tell us how many we have. And I hope that thing is not there. Good night. And phosphate. I really hope that's not showing up. And put a 2 there. Okay. So there's your balanced equation. Boy, that's a really great spot for that. All right, so again, calculate your KSP so we can make our ice chart. I'm trying to scoot that up in case that is showing up on your screen. I hope it's not. I hope you're like, what is he talking about? Okay, so 3 chromiums plus 2 plus 2 phosphates. Okay. So again, dash, 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 0, 0, plus 3x plus 2x. Okay. And again, more than one way to work this out. We were told that chromium, which in this case is equal to 3x, is equal to 3.42. 3.42 times 10 to the negative 7. Now, again, I'm going to go do it, work out a little bit longer here. So I know 3x is equal to that, so I can figure out what x is equal to by doing 3.42 times 10 to the negative 7 divided by 3. Okay, and that'll tell me what x is. And again, you don't have to do that. I know there's another way, probably even a simpler way, but I'll be consistent on these examples. By 3, so that gives me 1.14 times 10 to the negative 7. Okay, so there's my x. So now I can go and plug these into the expression. So our KSP is equal to 3x cubed times 2x squared, which is really fun because now we have 27x cubed times 4x squared. Oops, sorry, that goes inside, not outside. Okay, so 27 times 4 is 108. And then whenever we're multiplying exponents, we always add them. So there we have 108 to the 5th power. Times x to the 5th power, sorry. So we have our, what x is equal to, and again, you don't have to do it this way, but this is one way. So KSP is 108 times 1.14 times 10 to the negative 7 to the 5th power. Again, order of operation, do this to the 5th power first, then multiply times 108. So I still have this in my calculator, which is nice, because I can do caret 5. And that gives me 1.92 times 10 to the negative 35. And then I'll multiply that by 108. So I get 208. Oops, right. 208 times 10. What is that? To the negative 33. Again, really small value here. So again, I trust me, I know there's more than one way to work this out, and I cannot emphasize how much or how important it is to show all of your work and all of your steps in your process. And again, a grader will not know what you have done if you don't do it or you don't show it. So I'm going to get off my soapbox because I know you're all very good AP students and you will do that. Again, as always, I hope these examples have helped. If you have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate to email me.